Oh, and the wrap-up story today is going to be about the good old 100 Thieves New York Times article. Wow. Apparently in New York Times, it's been over just about a year following 100 Thieves, and it's kind of funny because that's just about half their lifespan so far. So
yeah, they
New York Times got in from the ground up, just apparently knew it was going to be a big thing. Yeah, a long article as well. If you guys had not seen it, Zan, what are your thoughts on this whole shabam bam?
Well, I think it's an interesting concept. You definitely don't hear too often about a reporter just spending a whole year with a team. But, you know, as an esports fan, personally, I was very disappointed because I felt like the reporter didn't share much information that we weren't already aware of. It felt very surface level for having spent so much time with the team in a couple ways.
It felt like a year-long recap of stuff we already knew.
Yeah.
There's a few tidbits here and there, albeit, but...
Yeah. I feel like that's not to like really hate on the article, because once again, this is only for those of us who follow esports closely.
True.
And
plenty of people don't know that stuff.
Yeah, for the general New York Times audience, I'm sure this was a fantastic article that had tons of stuff that they were just learning for the first time and like interested to see.
Albeit a straight up lie with the title. Me and Zan found out as we were checking back and forth with the article itself. They first posted it. It was, do you remember the exact wording by chance? It was...
I could look it up real quick if you want me to. I think it was the biggest...
It's like the biggest something in esports, then talent. Like the most important, crucial part of esports, talent. And they show the mob on the front page. They changed the title. And apparently New York Times does this quite often. Yeah. Their new title pissed me off. Now, it doesn't even matter what the old title was. You know, congrats to the mob for being mentioned as well as one of the talent teams in esports. They change it to how to make billions in esports. And I'm like, I feel like our last segment got me agitated.
It's very possible.
Because you make some good points and all of a sudden it's under my skin. But it's like... can we just focus on esports organizations being profitable before we have these traditional media outlets saying how to make billions? Dude.
Well, I mean, the answer is no.
They're not even worth 200 million, and their revenue's probably maybe 10 million. Like the highest revenues we saw of esports orgs last year by Forbes, we don't even know if it's accurate, was like 30 million. And we have someone at New York Times saying how to make billions.
Yeah, because they know, hey, that type of stuff works. You know, when sites will stop doing this, when people stop clicking on stuff saying, "Ooh, I can make millions in esports."
Everyone outside, even people in our demographic, they see esports, they see a B in billions, and they're like, "Oh my god." It's such a
wow,
and we're not great at titles ourselves. We've definitely leaned that line.
We try to like walk the other side of the line though, not the like super hyperbolic. Oh, make billions off of esports side. Like, you know, that's like...
Even if they would have said how to make hundreds of millions, I would have been okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
They could, how to make millions. You know?
And yes,
I'd say that's a very reasonable thing to say. And millions,
but
that's still a lot of money. Like millions of dollars is nothing to laugh at.
But it's like nowadays people are like, oh, millions with an M. Esports are dying, whatever it is. I don't know, man. It just it rubbed me the wrong way.
Understandably.
I will say one thing you pointed out, others have as well, is the Yasuo thing.
Right.
And I could be stretching here, but the way they made it sound, their Yasuo was from League of Legends, one of their most recent signings. The way they made it sound was almost kind of like the FaZe pay with clout situation. Did I read that wrong?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of see where you're coming from on that. In this sense, I don't know that it actually works quite like that.
Like I'm sure they're paying him something, but I don't think it's as much. Given it looked like it was more of a partnership. Almost.
Yeah. By my understanding of the way 100 Thieves partnerships with their content creators works, content creators specifically, not their teams, right, is that they don't take any of the content creators' money. They don't necessarily pay the content creators any just salary money, right?
Yeah.
But they give them a lot of support and they feature them in a lot of their content. And I'm sure that if they get any ad deals based on working with Courage or working with Valkyrie or whatever, then that person gets a cut of that deal, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? But I think that's basically how it functions.
So it's pretty darn close to what FaZe does.
Yeah. Pretty close. But since it's more condensed, I think it's probably more valuable because...
for sure. Because FaZe Clan's not cutting their...
Right.
Their big sponsorship deals with the little down... They have so many content creators.
Right.
But Yasuo and Brooke or Valkyrie, I don't know what deals they sign, but Yasuo obviously a bigger tier content creators. So,
and I'm sure 100 Thieves does more for him.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely a weird partnership. To me, that was probably the biggest thing I got out of the article. Title pissed us both off, but either way, despite all that, 100 Thieves being featured by New York Times is super cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last time we talked about this was FaZe Clan, and I think it was Bloomberg. It was some big publisher.
Something along those lines.
It was first $1 billion esports org ? Which I like that title more than this one.
Yeah, because at least that was kind of speculative.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, could they be? Instead of like,
it's not.
Here's how you do it, guys.
It's not making build.
Yeah.
Mother. Anyway.
Hey, I mean, that's not to say that we don't think 100 Thieves could make billions. It's just, let's be realistic, guys. They're not doing that yet. They're not anywhere close to that, you know?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.